All right, we are live. What is up, everybody? Welcome to another live stream here on the channel. Good morning. I know it's probably early for most people. It's definitely early for me. I'm used to probably like waking up at this time instead of actually having everything all set up for a live stream. But welcome, guys, to another stream. I'm going to go ahead and turn down the music just a little bit so I can make sure you guys can hear me. But as you guys can tell by the title of this video, we are going to be talking about the new reservation system that was announced by Walt Disney World and Parks Blog this morning. Ashley actually woke up a little early today, and she luckily woke up at the right time, because right when she woke up, she saw the announcements by Parks Blog talking about the new reservation system and what to expect, the dates, all that. And of course, we uploaded all that news up on our Instagram stories today. And, of course, we have to do a live stream talking about Disneyland, or I'm sorry, Disney news update, because everybody is really looking forward to these opening dates in July. So let's go ahead and get the information pulled up for you guys. I have the websites. I have actually three websites, or three things I want to talk about today. One, of course, is going to be the reservation system that Walt Disney World just announced and how they're going to be doing it and what to expect from it. Second is going to be some information that I just literally found out right before I went live about magic bands. And then, of course, about park hopping. Park hopping I actually had an idea about, but it's confirmed for sure. But another thing is about magic bands. And this is all for Walt Disney World. So if anybody's not aware, we're not talking about Disneyland. This is all Walt Disney World. I would hope that the title... Oh, wait. The title's not even correct. What am I doing? How do Walt Disney reservations work? How do Walt Disney World reservations work? Oh, my God. I'm still trying to wake up, guys. Anyways, so let's go ahead and get it pulled up for you guys so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Right here, so we do have the Disney Parks blog website pulled up. So it's this will actually be linked in the description below. So if you guys need to see that, you can. But let's go ahead and read what's going on. So Walt Disney World Resort, what you need to know before you go. So introducing the Disney Park Pass system for reserving theme park visits to Walt Disney World Resort. So let me go ahead and just make sure that everything's looking solid on the stream's point of view. Sorry. I just want to make sure I can also see the chat. There we go. All right, cool. So it's almost time for magic. It's almost time for magic as we prepare for the reopening Walt Disney World theme parks, starting on July 11th with Magic Kingdom Park and Disney's Animal Kingdom, followed July 15th by Epcot and Disney's Hollywood Studios. We're taking a deliberate approach that includes limits on attendance and controlled guest density to align with guidance from health and government authorities on physical distancing. We're also using technology to power creative solutions as we develop new ways for guests to visit the most magical place on earth in this unique environment. All right, so they're starting off, of course, very political, very cookie cutter, so they kind of let you guys know what's going on. So introducing the Disney Parks Pass system. To manage attendance during this reopening period, we're introducing a new Disney Park Pass system. During this time, all guests with a ticket or annual pass will be required to make a reservation in advance for each park entry using this new online tool on disneyworld.com. So from what I understand so far, there's going to be nothing that has to do with the app. So if you have a Walt Disney World app, it doesn't seem like this is going to be using or utilizing the app whatsoever. It's just going to be utilizing waltdisneyworld.com. So let's see. Here are a few important details to know about this new system. You'll need a My Disney Experience account, as this is where your Walt Disney World Resort plans are stored and managed. So for anybody who has actually been to Walt Disney World and has like their plans, their reservations, all that stuff, basically what you do is you set it up like that. One sec here. Sorry, I just have to reply to Ashley. So basically it's kind of like a small location where you just have all your reservations, all your plans, all your fast passes, all that stuff. So it's already set for you in one spot for you guys just to make it easier. So that's what Disney World has. I don't think Disneyland has that at all. So continuing, you'll also need a valid theme park ticket or annual pass that is linked to your My Disney experience account. If you have a Disney Resort hotel reservation, be sure to link it to your My Disney Experience account beforehand as well. So this is basically stating that you have to have a valid theme park ticket or an annual pass that allows you entry before you're able to actually get a reservation. And they're also suggesting that if you have a hotel reservation, to link it to your My Experience as well before everything basically happens. Continuing here, once you logged into your My Disney Experience account and linked your ticket, you'll have access to a calendar of available reservation dates for each theme park. If you have a multi-day ticket, you will be required to make a park reservation for each date of your visit. So basically, if you have a 3-day quote-unquote park hopper or day ticket, you will need to make reservations for each individual day consecutively. So you definitely have to cross your fingers that they're going to be able to do that for you. That's the only thing. It's kind of a bummer because you literally, I mean, at this point, who knows how many people are going to be trying to get these reservations. Continuing here, please note park reservations are limited in number and subject to availability. Availability can change until the reservation is finalized. At this time, guests will be able to select one park per day. Visiting more than one park per day will be temporarily unavailable upon reopening of the theme parks due to attendance limitations. So what does that mean? Absolutely no park hopping. And that's going to be another article that I'm going to get into a little bit later that has more details on it. But for all of our Walt Disney World friends, there's going to be no park hopping. Now, park hopping is definitely not as easy as it is here in California for DCA and Disneyland. Literally, you cross the Esplanade and you're there at the next park. But regardless, they're still not having the park hopping option available for Walt Disney World guests. Guests with existing tickets that include the Park Hopper option or Park Hopper Plus option have options available to them for ticket modifications and cancellations, and can visit disneyworld.com/updates for more information. So if you are one of those guests that do have that type of ticket, you are eligible for some type of, either a discount or you can get a cancellation. I'm sorry if the thing moves here. I just want to lower the volume a little bit more. Thank you, Murphy. Appreciate that. So if you are somebody who has a park hopping ticket or you have some type of park hopping eligibility within the ticket that you bought, you basically are able to contact disneyworld.com for them to either modify your ticket or you're able to cancel it completely. So whichever floats your boat. Continuing, we hope to bring back the ability to visit more than one park per day as we continue to offer these add-ons for 2021 ticket purchases. So this is going to be something that they're looking to set for the entire year. So no park hopping for the whole year. For Walt Disney World, I understand, might be not as, crazy to think about just because their parks are much bigger than ours. But I'm thinking about Disneyland, and if Disneyland does that, that's going to suck. And I'm just saying that from my point of view just because I love being able to go to DCA or vice versa whenever I want. Continuing here, for existing ticket holders and annual pass holders, beginning this week, we will reach out to existing ticket holders and annual pass holders with more information on when they will be able to check availability to make their park reservations. We will open the Disney Parks Pass system to these guests in phases, beginning with those with future Disney Resort or other select hotel stays. So what does this sound like to me? This sounds like they're going to prioritize people with hotels reservations first. They didn't say anything about, the annual pass holders first. It says anybody with a Disney Resort or select hotel stays. So that, I feel like that's a bummer, especially for people who have annual passes for Walt Disney World or tickets, because they're going to be, I guess, from what I can understand, that they're going to be, second in line or third versus anybody who has a hotel reservation. Continuing here, though, let's see. Later this summer, we will resume sales of 2020 tickets and 2020 tickets and Disney Resort hotel arrivals based on the availability of the park reservations, while we continue to provide guests with existing tickets and annual pass holders the opportunity to make park reservations for 2020 dates. So later this summer, definitely no date that they said, but later this summer could be August. It technically could be September, because I think the end of summer is in September, if I'm correct. So basically, what they're saying here is anybody with the hotel reservation or resort reservation will probably have priority over doing a reservation for the attendants to actually get into a park, and then it's probably going to be annual pass holders, and then it's going to be regular ticket holders. So that's just what I'm thinking of. And yeah, I think that kind of sucks, because if they bring that over to Walt Disney, or sorry, if they bring that over to Disneyland, that's going to be a big issue. A lot of people are probably not going to be happy about that. Continuing here, planning a new trip for next year. By June 28th, all guests will be able to purchase new Disney Resort hotel packages and theme park tickets and make their park reservations for arrivals starting in 2021 as our phase reopening continues. Guests will be able to view park reservations availability on disneyworld.com prior to purchasing their tickets. So what does this mean? Basically, it means if you are looking to come over to Walt Disney World or the resorts or anything like that in 2021, after June 28th, they will be making those options available for you so you can plan ahead. Does not seem like they're going to be opening ticket sales at that point for 2020. So just keep that in mind. I know when I first looked at that information and I read it, I was a little confused, but Ashley actually helped me understand a little bit more. So June 28th is going to be ticket sales and reservations and all that for 2021. So it won't be for this year. I'm going to go ahead. I will look into this video for you guys, but I'm going to go ahead and continue the article first, and then we'll look at the video. If there is sound, just keep in mind I might have to mute it, because the last Disneyland or the last Disney video I showed, there was copyright music on it apparently, and we got flagged. So fun times. But let's go ahead and continue the article here. As you begin planning your upcoming visits, we're also exploring engaging ways for guests to use their mobile tech to experience the magic, particularly now as the use of phones and apps continues to evolve. In 2021, we plan to unveil an innovative new offering as part of My Disney Experience app that will bring features of a magic band to your smart device. Wow. Building on the app's existing digital key features. With this new offering on the horizon, we will be retiring our complimentary Magic Band distribution to Disney. I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. We'll be retiring our complimentary Magic Band distribution to Disney Resort hotel guests for new reservations with arrivals beginning January 2021. So, what does that mean? They will not be giving you a complimentary Magic Band for any of you guys who plan on coming in the year of 2021. So that means that you're going to have to buy a Magic Band, and you're going to have to set it up yourself and link it to your pass and link it to your My Experience and all that stuff. So that kind of sucks, because, I mean, a lot of people usually that go to Walt Disney World, like, literally live for receiving a package from Disneyland or Disney World for their Magic Bands. And now it's not going to be something they're going to send you for free. It's just going to be something that they're going to charge you for. And they're probably going to add it to your like a tab to your total for your cost of the resort stay or the reservation stay or the package, whatever the cost that might be. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some type of added amount for the Magic Band. But there is an article that we will talk about a little bit after this that has a little bit more details on it. But just to continue, let's see. Disney Resort hotel guests will continue to have the option to purchase new Magic Bands at a discount. See, there we go. And we'll be introducing even more colors and designs featuring favorite Disney characters in the future. Guests who prefer not to purchase a discounted Magic Band will be able to use the My Disney Experience app or a Key to the World card during their visit. What is a Key to the World card? Anybody in the chat know what that is? I've never heard of that before. But let's go ahead and continue here. We will still offer Magic Bands in retail locations or on shopdisney.com, and guests will be able to continue using their wearables throughout the Walt Disney World Resort. So basically what they're what they're trying to do is they're trying to make money off of this. And I think Disney at any point is going to charge us as guests for every little thing that they do now, so they can make up the money since they were closed. So it opens the world, Chris. So that's what they're doing. I mean that to me that's the reason why they're getting rid of complimentary magic bands, and they're like, oh yeah, don't worry, you can still get them, but you have to buy them at a discounted price, or you can buy them, on Shop Disney or inside our stores, but you're not going to get them for free no more. So yeah, continuing here, we understand these updates may change the way you plan your visit to Walt Disney World theme parks and Disney Resort hotels for the time being. We are focused on making your Walt Disney World experience magical, convenient, and enjoyable. To find out more information, please visit disneyworld.com/updates and continue to check back with us here at the Disney Parks blog. You can also call the Disney Reservation Center, submit questions to Disney Parks Moms panel, and speak with your travel provider for more details. We look forward to welcoming you back to the most magical place on Earth. Well, can I get some whales in the chat? How do you guys feel about that? I love to hear your guys' thoughts in the chat, or if you're watching this at a later time, I would love to know what you think about that in the comments below. As for me, like I mentioned, I think this is definitely a way for Disney just to make money when it comes to not offering the complimentary magic bands no more. I could, be playing a little bit more into it as more like a guest that's not looking forward to have to pay for something that should be offered. Just because, I've only been to Walt Disney World, I think maybe twice. And both those times we've had hotels within the Disneyland Resort. And we've received our complimentary, bands. And it's really nice to get that package and them to just basically hype you up for what you're going to be doing when you're going to be, heading to Walt Disney World. So for you not to receive that anymore, unless you have to pay extra, I think it's a huge bummer. I know a lot of people, for a fact, people are going to be upset about it. Probably more like travelers or tourists that are more accustomed to expecting that kind of service are going to be more upset about it than anybody who's going to be going there newly, or somebody who maybe doesn't go as much. Just because I'm pretty sure they've come to realize that that is part of the experience for you traveling to Walt Disney World, and you paying the extra to stay on property, or on Disney property. So that's an added perk that people have expected to, or have been accustomed to. And considering that that's not going to be an option unless you pay extra, or you use old ones, which that's cool too. I'm pretty sure for anybody who's actively gone to Walt Disney World multiple times, they have like a million magic bands laying around. I think we literally have 6. I don't know how the hell we got 6, considering it's only me and Ashley, but somehow we have extras. But I can see from a business point of view why they're doing this. They're doing it to make up money. They're doing it because they need the money to make up for the closure that they've had. But I feel like it's the way that it's going with that, and for guests that have been not been able to experience the magic in the park for 4 or 5 months. I think this announcement should have been maybe postponed until like mid 2021 to talk about that and implement it for 2022. Like, I don't think that 2021 should be the year for that to come out, especially after such a devastating blow to everybody who had Disneyland set up for this year, and all of a sudden not going to happen. It's closed. Like, we've already dealt with enough trauma in our lives, not being able to continue our vacations and stuff like that. So it's definitely possible that they're going to be phasing out magic bands, and they're just going to be implementing all of the magic band stuff into the app. Because if you think about it, Disneyland and their Disneyland app, it does so much. It literally does so much. You can scan your pass, you can mobile order, you can pay with your app. You can literally do so much. And of course, the Disneyland app also has like the stuff you can do around the park. I forget what it's called, but you can play games around the park and stuff. So maybe what they're trying to do is they're trying to just take what Disneyland has, make their app even better by implementing the Magic Band portion into it. So if that's the case, that's great. It prevents people from getting Magic Band tans. I already have an Apple Watch tan, so I'm pretty sure, some people might like that. But of course, you have to think about it on the other side of the coin. there's going to be people that are going to be like, wait a minute. Like, go to Walt Disney World and I love being able to get, a magic band. Like, that's something that I look forward to. And now you're telling me I have to pay extra for it? Like, what's up with that? So I can see both points of the argument. I can see it from a business point of view. I can see it from a guest point of view. So ultimately, it's going to happen regardless. So you just kind of have to roll with the punches. But let's go ahead and go into this video. Let me see if I can play it. I hope to God that there is no copyright music, because if there is, there's going to be an issue. I might have to mute it. All right, let's go ahead and pop it up here.
With the
Hold on. All right, let me go ahead and just pause this music. One sec. All right, I want to make sure that you guys can see it on your side. Click to exit full screen. Okay, so I can't do that. So I will just have it like this. And maybe I can just make it bigger. All right, that should be good enough for you guys. And then I'll make sure that the volume's up. Hopefully everything looks good on your guys' side, and it's pretty much, what you guys are seeing on screen from what I'm seeing too. Let's go ahead and play it.
With the well-being of our guests and cast members at the forefront of our planning, we are eager to welcome you back to Walt Disney World Resort.
I realize it's a little choppy.
We are implementing a number of new measures, including a park reservation system, temperature screenings, and face coverings. Park attendance will be managed through a new park reservation system. To enter a park, both a park reservation and a valid admission for the same park on the same date are required. You will be able to link park admission to your Disney account to start making park entry reservations online at disneyworld.com. Prior to entering, guests will undergo a temperature screening with no-touch thermometers. If you or anyone in your party have temperatures of 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit or above, your party will not be allowed entry. All guests 2 years of age or older, along with cast members, are required to wear an appropriate face covering. Please bring your own face coverings and wear them at all times, except when dining or swimming. To align with guidance on physical distancing, we will be limiting the number of guests at any given time. Follow ground markings and physical barriers added to help everyone responsibly navigate the property. We've implemented enhanced cleaning procedures and will have hand sanitizer and hand washing locations available for guests and cast members. Please be sure to use these frequently. The My Disney Experience app will be essential to make the most of the magic. Use your mobile device for cashless payments and the My Disney Experience app for mobile food ordering and more. We look forward to seeing you soon at Walt Disney World Resort.
All right. Thank you very much, Walt Disney World, and showing us masks that we have yet to receive, considering we bought them 2 months ago. Just kidding. So that kind of explains what we talked about in the article in a quick and short video, explaining how everything's going to work with the reservation, how masks can be required, and how you're going to need to have a valid ticket in order to even do a reservation. So for me, as far as my opinion, I really hope that they figure out something for people who have annual passes that are higher tier. So I don't know too much about annual passes at Walt Disney World besides the Premier Pass, which gets you access to Florida parks and then Disneyland and DCA. But I'm thinking if somebody has that kind of a pass, one, they should get top priority for being able to make a reservation, considering that they are not blocked out any day of the year and they're paying over $2,000 a year for that pass. Two, I don't think there should be any type of limitation besides the park hopping limitation they're putting on everybody. Like, if a person wants to do a reservation for the whole week, I hope there's no limitation to how many days you can actually reserve within a week, a month, a year. Like, we don't know that at this point, but I really hope that, for people who have higher tier passes, that they are not limited to how many times they can do a reservation. Because if that's going to be the case, they should give a refund to the people who have those higher tier passes, because they are paying $2,000 for that kind of a pass for a reason. And for this to be implemented, and it's like you have to basically have a flex pass like what you have here at Disneyland, and it's like, well, literally, what what type of benefit am I getting for paying so much more money for this kind of pass? Like that's a kind of like argument I would have with it. So I'm hoping that they do something like that for Walt Disney World. As far as Disneyland, we have no idea what they're gonna do yet. So we're still kind of on the fence on, trying to make a judgment on that. But until they actually make an announcement, we'll kind of just take it with a grain of salt. But I do have another article that I want to show you guys. This is regarding the park hopping. This is from our friends over at Blog Mickey. So as you guys can see on screen, confirmed Disney World park hopping will not be allowed when theme parks reopen. A couple of weeks ago, we brought you a rumor that park hopping would not be allowed with the new Disney Parks Pass theme park reservation. Today, Disney confirmed our story. Is there supposed to be like a little? Is there supposed to be something right here that's cut off? This time, guests will be able to select one park per day. Visiting more than one park per day is temporarily available upon the reopening of the theme parks due to attendance limitations. So basically, this is kind of the confirmation that we talked about when it came to park hopping and how they're no longer going to offer it once the parks reopen. And more than likely that it's not going to be something that's going to be available until 2021. So let's go ahead and go to the next one, which is talking about the magic bands. And it's also from our friends over at Blog Mickey. These 3 websites that I'm showing you guys will all be linked in the description below. So it's just confirming more information about the magic bands not being available and not being offered for stays starting January 1st, 2021. So if you guys want to read more upon that, you guys are more than welcome to. It's kind of basically going over the information that we've just went over in regards to the information that Parks Blog posted, but it's just another read if you guys are interested there. But as far as, the information that we've gone over so far, I do want to open the floor for any type of Q&A if you guys are interested in asking questions. I'm pretty sure you guys have been asking questions in the chat. I've been seeing it light up as I've been talking, and I appreciate our friends as well as Ashley answering any questions that were there. But if you guys do have any questions right now, feel free to ask them, just so if there's anything that is a burning question that you need to ask, I can try my best to answer it. I'm going to mute the mic real quick as I adjust it, so give me 1 sec. All right, there we go. I didn't want to blow out anybody's ears. Let's see. Are you going to Walt Disney World when it opens? Actually, I would love to go to Walt Disney World when it opens and actually provide coverage for it. But I don't have a valid ticket or an annual pass for it. So no, and I know that that was probably a joke the way you're asking, Alicia, because we know we get lots of questions about us going to Disneyland when it opens. But I would love to go, but without a valid ticket, without a valid annual pass, and they're not selling them right now, I doubt I'm going to be able to. Let's see. I'm losing my magical feeling. Yeah, I agree with you, Mama. 100% agree. Are you going? Okay, you guys are playing with me now. Everybody knows that the question of are you going to the parks when it opens? Like that question is literally the most asked question since Disneyland closed. And it's like, first of all, nobody can tell you, yes, I will be there the day it opens until they get a reservation and then until they actually have confirmed reservation email stating you're able to attend the park on this date. So if anybody tells you otherwise, they're lying. Only cool if they send in the guy with Monsters Inc. hazmat suits. That'd be dope. They should definitely have those characters when they open the park, especially in DCA next to the Monsters ride. It'd be really, really cool to see them because I mean they already have those costumes from the Pixar Play Parade from Pixar Fest. So I don't understand why they wouldn't do it. I mean, I think a lot of people would enjoy it. It would be kind of like a lighthearted joke. But then again, there's the Karens on the other side that are just like, I don't think Disney should be doing this. This is not a joke. But it's like, you're at a theme park. Why are you worried about it? For anyone planning a 2021 trip to Walt Disney World, you can book a 2021 vacation starting June 28th. And the bookings are from January 1st to September 26th, 2021. I know a lot of people are trying to book for Walt Disney World's 50th. That's good information, Rudy. I appreciate you providing that. Dole Whip a churro? Churro. Not much there. Not much there? I'm not too sure what that means. But I think as far as information, play parade floats are going to be loaded with antibacterial water, or it's antibacterial instead of water. Yeah, it's going to be Purell that they squirt at people. As far as the information that Walt Disney World provided so far, it makes me a little bit worried about what to expect for Disneyland. I understand Disneyland is a smaller park, so we're going to have, of course, less guest capacity, but we're also going to have to worry about, if they're going to implement this no park hopping rule. And if that's the case, like, that's going to be a big bummer for a lot of people because, like I mentioned earlier, having the luxury of being able to park hop at your will is like one of the best perks about having a pass that allows you to do that. Basically, allows you to pay extra money a year to do that. So the fact that they might implement that for Disneyland, it definitely worries me. Do you think they will allow single rider? No, single rider is actually confirmed that they will not be coming back during this time. They didn't announce how long that's going to be, but single rider is not going to be available. Okay, serious question. Do you think if they come up with the vaccine, they will open up everything almost immediately after, maybe like a month? I don't know, honestly, because if it's a vaccine and it's like implemented for everyone in the world to take it, there's going to be plenty of people out there and be like, I'm not going to take that vaccine. I'm not going to let them inject me with something. I mean, the people who are like anti-vaccine, they're 100% going to be against that. So I doubt everything's going to open immediately because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a large population of people that aren't going to be down with that. So they're going to have to try and factor that into it too. Let's see. Makes me think is highest tier for AP worth it? At this point, no. And I'm talking like from a Disneyland point of view because me and Ashley, we have the Signature Plus, so we can go any day that we want because we pay for that. And I think our pass is like $1,500 now. So with this reservation system happening, it's basically as if we were on a Flex Pass, which costs $600 for people. And you have to do a reservation ahead of time. You're limited to how many reservations you can do a week, also a month. Also, I saw somebody had posted that if you, this is a rumor, but if you do a reservation with the reservation and you no-show, I think 3 times, you are basically banned from making a reservation for 90 days. I don't know how true that is. I just saw a rumor. It was a cast member that posted it on some social media thing. But I saw the rumors. So if that's the case and people do that, they're going to be definitely very upset knowing that they're going to be blocked out for 90 days because they are no-shows. But I mean, I think it's a good punishment because, I mean, if you're taking a reservation away from somebody who really wants to go and you just don't go, I mean, what is the point? I understand maybe like something came up or an emergency came up, but if you do it 3 times, it's like, bro, come on. Like, what's going on here? So, my opinion. Let's see. I'm wondering if Disneyland or DCA will have staggered times as when you can enter the park. Like how else would they control rope drop unless they had a time of admission? That's actually a really good point, Jeremy. Because you think about it, how many people are stuck in multiple lines trying to get through the gate on both sides of the Esplanade? And there's sometimes when those people and the lines integrate and they literally cross their paths. And, people are trying to figure out, what line am I in? What line are you guys in? Are you guys going to DCA? Are you guys going to Disneyland? Now, I don't know how crazy it's going to be with the limited capacity as well as, having to get reservations and stuff like that. But I can see that being a problem considering that there's so many people that are going to try and be there for rope drop that it's going to probably be a bigger mess than what they're expecting. So that's actually a really good point, Jeremy. Thank you so much for pointing that out. Much appreciated. Let's see. I mean, if you think about it, if they come up with the vaccine, it's not like the flu. Not everyone takes the flu shot, but there's a treatment. 100% true. Yeah, Ashley, I have the same pass and you guys, and it sounds like we aren't getting any of the benefits anymore. Yeah, 100%. You think about it, they haven't announced it yet, but they are getting rid of they've announced this for Walt Disney World. They got rid of the Fast Pass system for Walt Disney World. At this point, it makes me feel like they're going to get rid of Fast Passes for Disneyland. So the benefit of having Max Pass is halfway already cut off because of that. Because Max Pass includes Photo Pass and it includes Fast Pass. So if they get rid of fast passes for Disneyland, that's already half of the benefit of Max Pass taken off, and we pay an extra $100 technically for that to be as an add-on for our pass. So if they get rid of that, I think one, we should get refunded at least $50 because I mean that's already half of the benefit gone. Two, if they get rid of fast pass at Disneyland, then I don't know how they're gonna control the virtual queue to where it doesn't just load up incredibly fast all in the morning and then it's like everything's already loaded up and you have technically no virtual queue to stand in. Because if you think about it, sometimes when you go to Disneyland and you try to get a fast pass for like a really popular ride like Cars, you can be there at rope drop at DCA or even get scanned in at the gates and do Max Pass. And literally it'll be like 9 a.m. and the fast pass for Cars will already be at like 12 or 1 p.m. So if just think about that in a virtual queue. How are people who get there possibly 5 minutes, 10 minutes later going to line up for a virtual queue for a really, really popular ride when everybody is already in that queue? Like, I don't understand how that's going to work, especially with no fast pass or anything like that. I don't know. It's so weird. If you do a no-show in 90-day period, you're banned for 30 days from reserving. Oh, okay. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate that information. Much obliged, my friend. You can cancel the morning of early enough to not be penalized. You pretty much have to cancel like an hour before the parks open with FlexPass. Oh, with FlexPass. Okay, that's good. What's up, Marty? That's good to know. See, a lot of the FlexPass stuff I'm not too knowledgeable on just because I don't have it. I just heard what people deal with and how their FlexPass works. But I appreciate you guys providing me the details here on how it works, on how all that is basically going on for the FlexPass and how the reservation system works. Heard a rumor that Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is canceled. True? Definitely not a rumor. It's actually fact. They canceled Mickey's Halloween Party at Disney World. They haven't said anything about Oogie Boogie Bash or anything here in Disneyland. So at this point, we're still kind of waiting for that confirmation or if that's going to even happen. How is Shanghai Disney doing since their opening? I actually don't know. I haven't seen much about it. I haven't really looked up just because I've been super busy. So I don't really know too much about it. Let's see. Occupancy will be lower though. Virtual queues should not fill up. That's the thing. I feel like the virtual queues will fill up because everybody who is at the parks are more than likely going to want to join that virtual queue so they have the opportunity to get on a ride. Because if you think about it, we haven't been on an attraction or a ride in 4 to 5 months. And there's no way that somebody's going to go to Disneyland and be like, oh, I don't care about getting on rides. There's no way that somebody's going to be like that. At least one person or at least somebody in their group or somebody's going to be like, you know what? I wouldn't mind getting on Space Mountain. I wouldn't mind getting on Splash. I wouldn't mind getting on Haunted Mansion. Like there's going to be no way that somebody's just not going to care about getting on the rides. So I have a feeling that the guests are going to be going are going to fill up the virtual queue really, really fast. And it's a possibility that the people that get there, later than some of the guests aren't going to be able to get on the rides because the virtual queue is so backed up. Let's see. They might as well do away with the photo pass too, because there's no meet and greets and probably no photo ops. 100%, Mark. That is actually super true. But keep in mind, photo pass is also good for ride photos. So Splash Mountain, Cars, what are the Guardians? So like all the rides that take pictures of you when you're on it. Those are included in the photo pass, so that might be a benefit people might want to keep. But as far as like photo ops for like characters, or if what is a person who takes pictures, photo pass. Wait, a cast member who is a photo person. I forget what they're called. John, help me out here. Since they're not going to have anybody who's going to be taking pictures for the character meet and greets, because it's going to be no character meet and greets. That's another benefit that's lost. Also, from what I heard, cast members will not be taking guests' phones to take pictures of them. So just keep that in mind too. So you kind of, have to rely on somebody in your party to take a good picture, or you're going to have to do a selfie like of yourself like in front of anywhere. Like say you're in front of the castle and there's a cast member there, and like you can't ask them to take a picture. Like apparently they're not gonna be able to grab phones and do that. So that's definitely gonna be a bummer. Or you can give it to some random person, and be like, "Can you take our picture?" But then you run the risk of them putting their germs on your phone, and it's just it's gonna be a mess. Chris, have you not met me or Ari? We hardly never do rides, and we're all about the characters. Yeah, but Monty, what are you gonna do now? Because there's not gonna be character meet and greets. That's the thing. Like something that you guys do all the time. Well, would have done all the time is completely taken away from you. So what is it that you're gonna do now, Monty? Like, I mean, I would expect that you guys would probably want to go on rides, but that would just be like that would only be the only argument I'd have against that. It's like, yeah, we go to Disneyland because we want to meet characters, but they don't have characters anymore for now. So what else are you gonna do? I mean, you can walk around Disneyland for 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, which is more than likely what I'm gonna do because I'm gonna be live. But that's just where I was coming from with that. If occupancy is low percentage, they will probably have a virtual queue system that resembles fast passes. Like you can join one queue and you're able to join another one after a certain time. Hopefully that's what happens. With the fast pass system, I feel like it works really well, except for when you want to get a fast pass for a ride that's popular that's already out of fast passes by noon, such as Cars, sometimes Guardians, sometimes. That's the only time that I feel the fast pass system fails. Let's see. All this for Walt Disney World, like nothing is set in stone for Disneyland or DCA. For everything that we talked about before the Q&A, that was all for Walt Disney World. Everything else from the Q&A on, it's kind of been speculation and kind of just our thoughts or rumors about what we're expecting for Disneyland. So definitely nothing set in stone unless I've said it's a fact. I wonder how Adventures Campus and DCA is coming along. I wonder too. I mean, a lot of people have said what they're probably going to do, which is a smart idea, just to you know, eliminate people from not having access of walkways. Is they'll probably open up the walkway from where it used to be Guardians through Bugs Land to the part of, I think it's Grizzly Peak, where they have like the food and wine booths usually. But they'll cover up the buildings and everything else that would you normally see for Avengers Campus. I think that would be a really smart idea to get more people more access to walk around and more people access to have more space. Who knows if they're going to do that at this point? Who knows? But it'd be nice. I think it'd be a really good idea. Let's see. I was wondering if they do stagger openings, do they have restrictions on how long you can stay? I really hope there's no restriction on that. The only time I've seen restrictions is when you were at Galaxy's Edge during the reservation system and you had, I think, 4 hours and you had a wristband that was colored signifying the hours or the segment that you had. And then, of course, if you were there past the hour or the 4 hour mark that you were supposed to be there and they see your wristband, they tell you to leave. I have no idea if they're going to do something like that for Disneyland, and they're going to be like, oh, you're able to be here for 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, and you got to bounce. It's like, that would make no sense to me, but I wouldn't put past it for Disney to do that, considering that they want more people in there to make more money, because that's ultimately what their goal is right now, is to make the money that they've lost by being closed. Let's see. Am I the only one that will still smile with the mask on? No, 100% Nick, I will be still smiling, but you smile with your eyes. I think Ashley calls it what do you call it, babe? It's like smizing or something like that. Heard on another chat that California will have staggered entry. Well, hopefully, we get more information on it. That'd be nice. Just a random question. Did you get your pass postponed yet? Yes. We called, I think it was Tuesday. We called Tuesday morning. We're on hold for about an hour. Each of us had to call separately because since we're not married, we couldn't, interchange each other's options. So I had to call for myself. Ashley had to call for herself. But we were on the line for about an hour before they were able to answer the phone and basically extend our pass. They did take back the refund they gave us. So just keep that in mind if you do end up calling to choose that option 2, which is what we talked about in our last live stream. They gave us a refund at the beginning of June, and they actually took that back in order for us to take option 2 and extend our pass. Let's see. Facts coming in with the facts again for a fact. Unfortunately, if there's no characters, no parades, no shows, there's no magic for us. Honestly, we probably won't go. We have Universal passes, so probably we'll be visiting Universal Studios more. I 100% agree, Marty. I mean, if there's something that you specifically go to Disneyland for, especially you and your daughter's case, you guys go to meet characters, you guys go to see the parades, and those are two big things that won't be there anymore. There wouldn't necessarily be a point for you guys to go, especially if that's like your magic of the park. As far as Universal Studios, from what I've seen, Florida has characters and they have face masks and stuff like that. So I don't know why they wouldn't have that for Disneyland for like face characters. I feel like it would be pretty cool if they did, but I understand they're probably taking more of a precautionary standpoint. Rest in peace, magic happens for sure. There are supposed to be more character interactions than before, just different from what we're used to. The only thing I can think of for character interactions is they're going to be on a stage and you're able to take pictures in front of them, but not next to them or like touching them. Tim Tracker actually posted a video the other day about him visiting, I think, Island of Adventure, and they had Captain America and Spider-Man on a little like pedestal stage, and he was taking pictures in front of them like selfie style, and he was taking like video of them while they were posing. So they might have something like that, but of course it's not going to be the same type of interaction that we're used to. I'm going to give Disneyland the benefit of the doubt and assume that they'll replace old magic with something new. I hope so. I definitely hope so. I see them having stormtroopers roaming the top of buildings in Galaxy's Edge, possibly have Mickey or Minnie on the train station. That'd be cool. Smizing. Thank you, love. Let's see. Hard to smize with sunnies on. Yeah, definitely. I called by my AP and they said it would be extended automatically. Joy, that's news to me, actually. To be perfectly honest, you might want to double check on that, because the only automatic solution that they had was for them to refund you for any charge that they had at the end of March to the beginning of April, and then your pass would not get charged at all until the park reopens, but you would not get an extended AP date. So that's the automatic option. And then if you wanted the other option where you basically don't mind if they take that charge and they don't charge you until the park opens and your pass gets extended, that's the second option you have to call for. So I would definitely call them again and just to double check, because I would hate for you to assume that everything's all taken care of and somebody told you the wrong information and all of a sudden you're out of a pass. So I would definitely call again. I know it's possible to have characters on the castle, or how they have Captain Phasma in Tomorrowland. Oh yeah, I forgot they had Captain Phasma. Heard from Walt Disney World APs that their expiration date just got extended via the app this week. Well, that's good news. I don't really know too many Walt Disney World pass holders, so I can't really confirm, but I appreciate the information, Rudy. It's tough for us who have kids that are young, like all the restrictions and stuff. They're not having anymore. Is all for my kids. 100%. Yes, Tink and princesses with face masks. Yeah, Peter Pan could wear a face mask. The Evil Queen could wear a face mask. Jasmine, Aladdin. I'm trying to think of like other characters. Rapunzel. No, Rapunzel never comes out. Does she? She comes out in the theater. But like the face characters, I feel like they can wear a mask and they be safe technically. I think the characters have to wear like a costume and put on somebody else's. So put on another character's outfit. They probably are the ones that are at more risk of anything, because it's multiple people wearing that same costume. If you guys catch my drift, I just don't want to ruin any magic for anybody. Let's see. Do you know if they're allowing to cancel your annual pass and get a refund if you don't feel comfortable with the parks just yet? I don't know, Lizette. A lot of people have actually asked us that question, and since we're not canceling, we didn't ask. I kind of wish I did. So my apologies, but I would definitely call Disneyland or Disney's phone number and ask and see what options you do have, because that'd be your best bet, because you probably want to get it from the source rather than somebody who's just providing more information out there. Let's see. I stopped, canceled mine. It expires in October. They didn't say I would resume payment. They didn't say I would resume payment in July. Huh. That's something to think about for sure. I also heard that you can get a refund. Some passes are being extended if you paid in full. Oh, okay. Thank you for clarifying that, Ashley. I paid in full and was offered a refund for unused time. If you paid in full and want a refund, you'd have to call. I'm not taking the refund, so I don't know how that works. Lightning McQueen could wear a face mask. Imagine a giant face on front of a car. If you paid in full already and just want to extend it, you don't have to call, right? Correct. All right, cool. So thank you guys for answering the questions for the people who are asking them down here. A lot of these questions I might not have the answer to, but I'm glad to have you guys here to help me with these. So thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I don't think we should have to continue payments if we aren't ready or willing to return the parks. Chris wasn't thinking about that then, I guess. Do you know if they're going to allow upgrading your pass? Ooh, I if somebody can help me in the chat, I don't remember seeing anything about upgrading your pass because they're not allowing people to buy new passes. Technically, that would be buying a new pass in a way, and they're not allowing people to buy new tickets. From what I also heard too is if you let your pass expire during the closure, they also may not let you renew it. So you have to renew it prior to it expiring. So that's what I heard too. Can't confirm. Could just be a rumor. So keep in mind, guys, until Disney announces it, this is all rumors. But I don't know too much about upgrading your pass because technically that's buying a new pass and just paying for the difference. There was something I wanted to talk about real quick. From I think Tisha. Tisha brings up a good point that you should not get charged for your pass until you're ready and willing to go to the park. I 100% agree. I feel like you should not get charged for your pass or your extension or whatever should start on the day that you go back to the parks. One reason is because some people are not ready to go back to the parks. They're not safe and all that. So that makes a lot of sense. A second reason is if they open on July 17th and you can't get a reservation for all of July, all of August, all of September because it's just super crazy for whatever reason you can't get a reservation. And they say you have to pay for July, August, and September, but you can't get a ticket or a reservation to get in. It's like, what's the point? I'm paying for a pass that I can't even use because the reservations are all booked up. So I feel like you should, one, start getting charged for your pass on the first day back to the parks, the first day they scan your pass back to the parks. And then that's when your extension should also kick in too. It'd be nice. I don't think Disney will do that just because, like I said, they're a business and they're trying to make money for what they've lost. So take it with a grain of salt, guys. Chris, is it true that they are not selling new passes? They are not selling new passes, Mama. They're not doing annual passes. They're not doing tickets. Not doing any of that. So if you don't have a valid ticket or if you don't have an annual pass, you're kind of SOL. And it sucks. But they got to do what they got to do. Let's see. I doubt you can upgrade because they're already trying to figure out how to handle people with current passes. 100%. Yeah, I can't renew it. My pass expired on May 23rd, but I called to extend it. So Rudy, they wouldn't let you. When did you call to renew it? Did you call after the 23rd or before it? Does anyone know anything about Good Neighbor hotels and if you have reservations through a third party? Mackenzie, can you explain that a little bit more as far as your reservation? Because as of now, the only way that you're able to get a reservation to go to Disneyland or DCA is going to be if you have a valid park ticket. So if you have a valid park ticket that's like, valid through whatever dates, that's going to allow you your reservation. So hopefully that answers your question. Chris, is it true that if you have a higher level pass, you get first priority? Don't know for sure. I hope so. I hope so because that's what we're paying all this extra money for, but I don't know for sure. So I guess we'll see. Do you need to buy a ticket once you make a reservation or can you make a reservation no matter what? You cannot make a reservation without a valid ticket or a valid annual pass. So if you have neither, you're not able to make a reservation. I think basically what it's going to do is it's going to use your ticket information or your pass information to allow you access to the reservation system so you can actually do a reservation. So what I'm guessing is when they do it for Disneyland, they might use the app considering it's so powerful and they've implemented so many type of reservation things in the app already, where if your annual pass is already linked to your app and you're booking for yourself, all you got to do is go to the reservation thing, click your time and all that and the date and whatever, and you're done. I feel like it's going to be super simple if you already have your annual pass or your ticket linked to your app. I feel like it's going to be as simple, and I say simple with quotes actually, simple as when you get a reservation or a boarding time for Rise of the Resistance. So if all your passes on your phone are valid and eligible to go on that day, and you just click on the reservation information and you just set it up that way and you click reserve, I think it's going to be literally that easy. Then again, it's Disney, and a lot of the stuff that they've done has never really come full circle because of bad servers, not enough servers, or just things crash. I.e., the app happens a lot too. I want to get to these comments real quick. My thing is, what about the money I paid up front as a down payment for my pass? I have a family of 4, and my husband and 2 others. Kayleen, did you pay in full? I'd like to know that. Exactly, Chris. That's one of my many concerns. You should make decisions for Disney. If I ever made decisions for Disney, that would be the day. That'd be nice, but no. It's not going to be the same for the kids. 100%, Kayleen. I paid $1,400 for my pass. They better give us priority. I agree, Denise. I 100% agree. You and me and Ashley, and I think Mama too, are in the same boat. I find it hard to believe that upper tier APs wouldn't get some type of priority. That's a large number of people that they are risk pissing off. 100%. Oh, excuse me, 100%. But from what they talked about in the Walt Disney World blog post, it seems like they're prioritizing hotel guests over APs and then ticket holders. Like that's I feel like that's a tier. So it's like hotel guest reservations, APs, then ticket holders. And that's what I got from that article. I could be wrong. It might not be that case, but that's what I understood. That's what I felt. So that might be what happens at Disneyland. We don't know at this point. You can't purchase any ticket. You need to have one already. 100%, Mark. I live in Northern California, and I have AP. So if I make a reservation and they take it away when I get there, that's super shady. I don't think they would take it away. I think once you have a confirmed reservation, you're good to go. But then they also put in the thing like it's all subject to availability. So I guess we'll see. When you buy at Costco, they said your ticket to your hotel before you arrive. So I bought tickets back in December, and I don't arrive until fall. I would contact the hotel to see what they are doing for you first. So I would contact them and see how they're taking care of that. Also keep in mind, by fall, things may change. So you definitely want to keep in contact with that hotel to try and figure that out. Let's see. I called before my pass expiration date on the day they announced they proposed reopening. That morning, I had access to renew and buy a new ticket, but as soon as they announced the proposals, they were gone. That sucks. So, Rudy, did you call and ask them to help you out, or what happened with that? Keep in mind, if you make a reservation, you may not be able to park hop due to the new reservation systems. One of these many losses to a pass. Yeah, we definitely mentioned that earlier, Mark. I hope that's not going to be the case for Disneyland and DCA, because that's going to be really terrible. Because, like I mentioned, a lot of people have the pass that allows you to go to both parks, willy nilly. And for that option or that benefit to be taken away from you because of this, it's going to suck. It's going to suck for sure. Let's see. No, I didn't pay in full, but I paid the down payments and Max Pass up front. So technically, you're not entitled to any type of refunds unless Disney announces it. But they are postponing all payments. And then, of course, if you call and you choose your options to either have it your pass expire on the same expiration date and they just don't charge you for those other dates that were closed, or you can extend it and your pass will be extended and they'll just charge you those other months as those other months come. That would be amazing, Jeremy. Yes, that's what I think to hotel guests first, but remember, Chris, Walt Disney World caters to tourists. Disneyland, however, they have more pass holders than anything. 100% true, but they also cater to the people that are spending more money. Annual pass holders in Disney's eyes don't spend as much money as people who come and stay at a hotel or a resort, because those are the people that are spending hundreds of dollars to sleep in a room that's 100 to 200 feet away from Disneyland. So they're definitely going to prioritize the people who are spending more money. Now, I know there's lots of APs that spend money on food, that spend money on merch, but I think they're going to prioritize the people who are spending more money. And it's really sad for me to say that, but again, it's a business, so that's what they want. They want the money. Let's see. Do you think the capacity percentage will apply each park individually or both parks total? I think it would be individually. I don't think it'd be fair for them to do both parks total, considering that I think DCA is a smaller park than Disneyland. I could be wrong, but I think it is. Especially with the Avengers Campus being closed, or that whole walkway area being closed, that prevents people from having foot traffic between that area. So I think it's gonna be per park. Let's see. That's why APs in Walt Disney World are cheaper than Cali's. Yeah, I've noticed that. I wish we had those cheap prices. Are they still selling 1 day, 3 day passes like at stores and Vons? I've seen people talk about that. I haven't been to a grocery store to check, but I've seen people still say, "What happens if we buy them here?" At this point, I don't know. I couldn't really answer that, so I'm sorry. But I've seen it. I've seen people talk about it. The park potentially opens the 17th, and the hotel's on the 23rd. So those first days, there's no hotel guests to prioritize. Oh yeah, you're right, Marty. I didn't even think of that. Thank you for clarifying that. That's actually a great point. Fantastic. Thank you, Marty. I would think that hotel guests would almost have to have some sort of guaranteed entry to the park. I mean, why else do most people stay on property? I think once the hotels open on the 23rd, like Marty just mentioned, and Marty, once again, thank you for bringing that to my attention. Once the hotels open and guests are able to go to Disneyland and stuff like that, they're 100% going to have some type of priority, because if you think about it, back on when Galaxy's Edge opened, if you didn't if you got a reservation through the online system, great, you're able to go. But if you had a hotel during the times that Galaxy's Edge was open, and they were doing the sneak peek or whatever they called it, if you had a hotel room, they guaranteed you and up to 5 people to have a reservation for that day. So 100% they're going to give hotel guests some type of reservation perks. Let's see. Tell that to my wallet and my ear collection. Prioritize me. A lot of people have been asking, are you going to Downtown Disney when it opens? Get out of here, Alicia. But yes, I will be. Let's see. We pay extra hundreds to live in Anaheim. That's for sure. I'm working, but I wanted to stop in real quick and say hello. I'll check out the replay later. Have a great day. Thank you for joining Brittany News page. Let's see. So in Disneyland eyes, an AP who stays on property is a unicorn. Definitely. You probably could buy a ticket at Vons, etc., but you can't use it without a reservation. Wouldn't be surprised if these type of tickets have already been pulled from the shelves. It's possible. I would love to see if anybody, goes to Vons or Stater Brothers or anywhere that the grocery store that sells these Disney tickets and you see them. Can you send us a message, or if you don't see them, send us a message on Instagram and tag us or something? Because I would love to see if they actually still have them on the shelves and stuff. Let's see. I think when you get a text, it's messing up the mic, Chris. Oh, really? I'm sorry, guys. My bad. I have the phone on the mic stand, so my bad about that. Let me do this real quick. There we go. I took the phone off of the stand. All right, let's see. My multitasking is real. Eating breakfast, sending work emails, and this live. Yeah. Do you hear that sound, Ashley? Is it him getting text? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't realize the phone was vibrating. Have the changed two dates that are AP are... Let me try to understand this question, Kayleen. Have the changed 2 dates that AP are able to go? Can you run that question by me one more time so I can understand it properly? I'm so sorry. I'm going to Vons today. I'll DM you guys if they haven't. Thank you, Denise. I appreciate you. Ashley is thriving. At my Target, the multi-day tickets are still available at the gift card display. All right. That's so weird. A lot of people have been asking if I'm going when it opens. A lot of people have been asking. I was at Target in the Bay Area yesterday, and they had them there. I wonder what would happen if you try and buy that. What would they tell you? I wonder if they'd be like, oh, sorry, we're not actually supposed to sell these. Or if, the system just prevents it or something, I don't agree with people who have passes should get priority with the reservation system. It's limited to everyone. Pass holders would take a good chunk of that. Okay. Vandrade, I hope I said your name correctly. Could you... Oh, actually, you just put another comment here. I don't think you should be getting charged for the time being or refunded if you pay in full. Oh, I do think. For your first comment, as far as you don't agree with passes getting priority, could you explain on why you think that? I love your opinion, and I would just love to hear what more details you have about your opinion. Media Mama has first priority. I think she meant, have they changed the dates for APs able to go like when we get a preview date? Oh, I'm sorry. Have they changed the dates that AP holders are able to go? They for Disneyland, there's been no updates since the last video we did talking about like the face mask requirements, temperature checks, and all that. So there's been no updates since then about any dates or anything like that. Um, but I'm gonna go ahead and just wait for Vandrade's comment, and then if there's anything else that you guys want to ask, you guys can ask it real quick because I think this live stream has gone on long enough. I think we're at, what are we at here? Where is my thing at? There we go. We are at an hour and 5 minutes, so definitely a lot longer than I expected to go. Let's see. I went to Food for Less Wednesday and bought a 2-day ticket. It took about an hour for me to be able to link it to my Disney app. Target has them, but an error shows up, so you cannot purchase it. That one foo, that's a great username. Thank you for that information. That's fantastic. That you have that information, because at least now, if anybody that watches video or anybody that asks, we can say this is what somebody's experience was, so we can actually use an example. Random question: how is AP Disney Mama doing? AP Disney Mama, how you doing? Let us know in the chat. At that point, they should just take them down. Has anyone bought 1-day, 3-day passes from a store? Do you think the days? Do you pick the days you want to go, or are you assigned the days? I think those days you're supposed to pick them. Like you're supposed to pick when you're supposed to go. Yeah, I could be wrong though, since I don't actually buy tickets. I have the annual pass. But all right, guys. I'm not seeing the comment from Vandrade. Sorry. So I think we're gonna go ahead and we are going to end the live stream here. But I appreciate you guys being here and hanging out with me so early in the morning. Probably not early for a lot of people, but it was early for me. I will definitely catch you guys on the next live stream. If you haven't already, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. For anybody who's part of like the Facebook groups that are Disney, share this video in those groups, because this information is helpful to people that have a lot of questions in those groups. So if you can, do me the favor and do that. For the 3-day tickets, you are allowed to pick the days you want to go. A lot of people have been asking, why do people wear masks that only cover their mouth and not their nose? Oh my god. But once again, I thank you guys so much for being here. You guys are fantastic. I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your morning to talk to me in the live, to be in the chat. If there's any other questions that you come across that you need answered, or if you have that I didn't answer here, please make sure to put it down in the comments below. Also, subscribe to the channel for new videos. Check us out tonight on Twitch. I'm going to be doing a live DJ set tomorrow. On Saturday, I'm going to be doing our Duo dance parties. And on Wednesdays, I play Kingdom Hearts on Twitch too. But that's about it here, guys. I'll catch y'all on the Flippy Whippy. And thank you guys so much again for being here. Love you guys. Bye. I remembered, there's 2 clicks this time.